What's up, guys? I'm Daniel Solomon Shaw. It's a pleasure to be here to record my pattern for the 101 Monthly Whip Cracking Challenge. It's been super fun to be a part of this group, and I've loved seeing all the people post new videos who probably otherwise wouldn't have, and it's been awesome to see everyone's development and growth, and we're all just super thrilled that this has gone so well. In case you don't know me very well, I was the world champion for 2020 at the LA WhipCon, and I also somehow managed to win first place in the double whip freestyle this year's video competition. And I am super thrilled, and I love being a part of this little whip family. And I also post a lot of videos on Instagram. My Instagram is Daniel Solomon Shaw, and I have a YouTube channel that is Danny Shaw. Anyway, moving on to my pattern. Level 1, 2, and 3 are all heavily related to each other, and the main thing about it that you're going to notice is it is like where you pick up the whip from off the ground. So I'll just get right to showing you what I mean. So with level 1, the very first thing that anyone out there practicing is going to need to learn how to do is to drop your whip. Alright, and then you pick up the fall of your whip, and you're going to pick it up like this. Okay? And the way you basically do that is you don't really have to pull the whip. You mostly just lift the cracker or the fall straight up, and then the handle will fly to you. So I'm going to do it again. I don't get it right all the time, but just like that. So that's the first thing that you all need to practice. And it's not too bad, just like that. That's the very first thing. And then once you grab it, maybe I should just demonstrate the level real quick. Yeah, I'll just do that. So here we go. Level 1 looks like this. That's what level 1 looks like. It's only 3 cracks and the little pickup. So start with the whip on the ground, and you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna hold the fall. You'll bring your arm just straight up. You're not really pulling it this way, just bringing it up and then catching it. And if you catch it up here, that's okay. You just loosen up your grip and let the Turk's head catch your hand. And then right after I grab it, I'm gonna just swing up and do a cattleman's crack. And for the cattleman's crack, you basically just want the whip to kind of stay in front the whole time, mostly like you want it to end here so that you can go into your reverse overhead and then into your overhead. So here to here to here. So you want to be comfortable with doing the cracks on their own, and then combining them. Just go slow, just think through it carefully. The pattern done correctly can have a pause there, like that. And then when I'm doing multiple cracking, especially when I was beginning, is I really had to notice that I had to think about the next crack ahead of time. So if I'm doing this crack, I'm thinking about the other crack at the reverse cattleman, and now I'm thinking about the overhead, and then I get it. So my thought process is always one crack ahead of where I'm actually at. So that's level 1. I'll do it one more time. You start with the whip on the ground, you grab the fall, lift the whip up, grab it here, cattleman's crack, reverse, overhead, overhead. Just like that. That's all there is to it for level 1. And then for level 2, the only difference is we're adding 1 crack, and it can be a little bit tricky. I'll just do level 2 real quick for you. That's level 2. I did it a little fast, but you don't have to do it that fast. As long as you get the cracks and you transition smoothly, you're doing it right. But I just kind of did it fast. So you may have noticed the only difference between that and level 1 was this back flick there. And maybe a little bit tricky for some to get the hang of. Basically, you're just going to have the whip in front, and then the trick to getting it right is you're going to basically have a power train happening here. So you have a whole straight line from my shoulder to the end of the whip, and I'm gonna move my shoulder and elbow first, and then you notice the handle is staying. I'm not doing this, that wouldn't get me a crack. So I'm actually holding the whip and my arm straight, and then it's only my elbow and shoulder that are moving at first. Then it's my elbow only, and then my wrist only, and then kind of swing around with it once you get to that point. So it looks like this. I'll do it a few different angles. So if we need to do another in-depth tutorial about how to do that crack, we can. But I think it should be enough said to just say you really have to keep your arm straight with the handle, and then it's your shoulder and elbow first, then your elbow, then your wrist, and then you kind of, that's kind of when you get that speed, and then you follow through. So that's the back flick, and I'll do level 2 again slow. So yeah, I'm holding the whip. I'm gonna lift up, grab it, cattleman's crack, and then for that back flick, I have to do the cattleman's crack and keep the whip all the way out. So I don't want to do my cattleman's crack like this, because then I don't have the whip in the right place. So it's got to be here, and you let the whip fall, and you actually notice I'm kind of getting a little bit lower to the ground. I'm bending my knees a little bit so that I can get more of the whip on the ground to make it easier to throw the whip back there. But I'll do it again. So got the whip, throw it, catch it, cattleman's, back flick, reverse, overhead, overhead. That's level 2. And again, we can do more in-depth tutorial if we need to. And then level 3 is just basically adding a little bit more after all of that. So here's level 3. That's level 3. I'm not sure exactly how many extra cracks it adds, like a count, but I just haven't. But basically what you notice is it after that flick, and you do reverse, and then overhead, and then I'm going to do a spin. And learning how to spin with a whip can sometimes be a little tricky. So you just, first of all, obviously have to make sure that you can do it without the whip, which is pretty easy. And in case, I need to break this down a little bit, basically you're just going to get your upper body swinging a little bit, and then you're going to pick up your, if you're holding the whip with your right hand, it'll be your right leg that will spin on top of. And if you're holding the whip with your left hand, it's your left leg. I'm left-handed, but most of you are right-handed, so you're going to be holding it with your right hand, and you're going to do a crack like that. And then, but I'm going to be doing it left-handed, so you're all just going to have to learn how to see a left-handed person and do it your way. But anyway, so yeah, you do overhead, and then you spin with it. And the way to make it look extra good is you do, basically the whip has to spin one extra time. That makes it look better, but if you just did this, it would be okay. Not sure if you can see the difference, but I'll do them both. So here's the simple version. See, the whip just spins with me, and then the fancier version like this, where I'm actually spinning the whip another time more than myself. But if you need practice spinning on the ball of your foot, you're just gonna basically, like I said, you get your upper body swinging, you twist, and then your other leg is gonna just lift up and come around this leg. And I'm spinning on the ball of my foot, not your heel or your whole foot or your toes. So again, you got your upper body spinning, and you're gonna pick up your foot, and you want the momentum to carry you around all the way back to where you were, but not to here and not like too far, whatever. I'm probably overcomplicating the spin aspect. Anyway, Anyway, but you just do an overhead crack, and then finish with a reverse overhead and an overhead. So here I'll do level 3 again. Pick up the whip with the fall, grab it, cattleman's crack, back crack, reverse overhead, overhead, spin, extra swing, reverse, and overhead. And that is level 3. We can also do another in-depth tutorial for level 3, make it as simple as possible. But if you rewatch this video over and over again, and we are all more than happy to help out with answering questions and helping everybody out there refine their technique. And I think that's it. Did I do it right? I think I did it right. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I hope that this challenge is a challenge, but not too much of a challenge. And I hope everybody learns something from it that they can take away and put into their freestyle routines and have fun with it. I'll do them all one more time. Here's level 1. Level 2. And level 3. Thanks everybody for watching. Danny Shaw signing out. Good luck everybody.